I rise to make comments in support of the comments just made by the representative, but to also add a little bit to the conversation we're having about the financial condition of the state of Connecticut and our ability to afford to add judges and our ability to afford the staff necessary to support the judges in their work so that they can actually function effectively in the courtrooms and provide justice to the people of the state of Connecticut. This judge that's before us today, if confirmed, would be confirmed for an 8-year term. So even if there happens to be a little bit of a windfall somewhere in the receipts that we are getting in our taxes for the last month or so, every other projection that we have going forward for certainly the next 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 8 years indicates that we are going to be facing structural deficits going throughout that period of time. So there will continue to be a stress on our system. And every time we add a judge who's going to be serving for an 8-year term, we are adding to that fixed cost that we are told we can't do anything to control. Once these judges are appointed, we cannot remove them. Well, that's not true. We can remove them by impeaching them or by an address of the General Assembly to cause them to be removed. That's in our Constitution as well. But otherwise, that's it. We can't decide we're going to downsize, that we're going to privatize, that we're going to do anything else in terms of the judges that are going to be sitting on the Superior Court. And once they are there, if they are to be of any use to the people of the state of Connecticut, they need to have a support staff, a clerk, a court monitor, which, just for the edification of anyone who's not aware of it, the court monitor is sometimes known as a court reporter. Their purpose is to create the record which is going to be used in any appeal, and we have lots of appeals in our system. We don't just stop at the trial level. Frequently the cases go on to 1 or 2 levels of appeal. And we need the marshals to maintain order in the courtroom. Adding these judges, this one and all of the other ones, adds to the long-term, at least 8 years, cost of the operations of the state of Connecticut, Mr. Speaker. That's what the objection on this side of the aisle is. And the idea that somehow in the next 6 days we're going to reach a conclusion, a correct conclusion, based on the information that we happen to have, and that we're going to solve our budgetary problem for the next 8 years, I think is unrealistic. We weren't really even able to solve our budgetary problems for the next 12 months. Or even 6 months by virtue of the budget agreement that was reached on October 26, 2017. So the idea that we're going to come up with an answer over the next 6 days, I really think misses the whole point. We can't keep adding judges that the system does not need, and the need has been articulated for us, or the lack of need has been articulated for us. And I say all of this, Mr. Speaker, as the ranking member and the House side of the Judiciary and Corrections Subcommittee of Appropriations. We've been living with this problem for years now, and judges keep getting added, and the necessary support staff keeps getting reduced. And that's creating a very serious problem in our court system. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.